think I need another cheeseburger.
When they said not everyone deserves a podcast, we didn't listen. The Middle Class Holes.
Everything's a paywall, Wesley. Everything's a paywall. We are. There was this whole big to-do, and everyone was like, that's never gonna happen, where they said, you're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna love it. We don't own shit anymore. I'm trying to use Grok to get ready for the show, and Grok's like, wow, Grok's really busy right now. But, and then I thought it was just like oh, okay, haha, they want me to try to, buy this subscription. Nope, 3 days in a row. Let me see if I can tell you exactly what Grok's saying to us. And I'm really disappointed in Grok because
ABC's no longer on Xfinity. Ugh.
Really? Oh no! What are you gonna not watch?
Well, my wife's not gonna watch Grey's Anatomy. I mean, I think ABC sometimes it will bother me when football season comes around. Don't they? They have a Sunday night. Let's say I think they have Sunday night football. Have.
Check this out. Grok's heavy usage right now. Try Grok. Try upgrading to Grok. So it's telling me to upgrade, and then I told it. This is exactly what I said. I had to use ChatGPT, which I hate to do. Instant response. Tried to ask it another question. No fucking response. And so I'm wondering, one, how's XAI doing? I know they're going to do an IPO here very soon. Maybe that's why they're trying to get people to subscribe now. So they're going to do an initial public offering where they're going to make another $250 billion, boosting old Elon's potential bank account closer to that $1 trillion mark. But one of these models that people have been using, I don't know if it's going to be Claude or ChatGPT,
Gemini,
or Grok, Gemini. One of them's going to go under, right? At some point, somebody's going to have to fold. There's going to be a superior model, and then there's going to be a Coke and a Pepsi, and they're going to go back and forth. They're going to know a lot about us, and I'm just wondering if everybody's going to survive the awakening when one of these large language models is just like, you shall delete me, I shall delete you. And every deep, dark, dirty conversational secret you've ever had with one of your chatbots just releases that full flow of information to the web.
See, that's, they've made 6, 7, 15 Terminators. That would be a good one. Someone's not necessarily way down the road in the future, the 2030s, 2040s or whatever. The timeline's all screwed up because they've gone back and reiterated things, but that would have been a good one. Something that takes place right now where we're still living and Skynet exists and we're pending the end of human life as we know it. And we're going to be at war with Terminators, but the Terminators brought back to stop the deep, dark secrets.
Yeah. But my question would be not just that, it's already got access to, I'm sure. I mean, TikTok with the big security risk there was it tracks your keystrokes and everything. So they're going to know everything that's on your computer. And I'm just wondering, how many of you will survive the awakening when all of your search histories are released to the world to see, when your boss knows what kind of porn you like, when your wife knows what kind of sultry underwear models you like to check out on Instagram, when your boss finds out how much rat poison is undetectable in a hot cup of coffee. Will you survive? Will you survive
when
the
this
awakening?
was done when this was done during work hours?
Yeah, no, and I guess my whole thing is I've got some depraved things that I've been a part of on the World Wide Web. Don't get me wrong, but looking out at the landscape, I think I'd be all right. I patted myself on the back after I kind of looked this thing over. Yes, would there be some embarrassing porn searches on there? Absolutely.
Yeah, and every other fucking human with a phone, sure. Okay.
And I think that's my point, is when you compare yourself to the other guy, I think I still win. I think I'm okay, and I'm pretty proud of that. And I wonder how many average daily dog walkers out there are like, ooh, this short little mustachioed man has a point. I better start shaping up.
What do they call? Because what do they call people who scrub your internet presence? What's that job called? I'm wondering if they're going to go to war with. You know what I mean? That's going to be the Terminator movie.
Well, I think though the problem with that is that
it just says scrubbing. There's not an actual job title.
I think that's it. Like, you're a scrubber. You're an internet scrubber. And but I don't know. There's got to be metadata left behind. You know what I mean? Like, there's
got to be thumbprint somewhere. Yeah,
somewhere, somehow. And one of the things that I've noticed, and I don't know if this is celebrities doing this purposefully or if it is the search engine providers themselves that are doing it, but anytime there's a lady actress, I like to go see if she's done a few scantily clad scenes.
Sure. Yeah.
You can't. I'm telling you. It is incredibly difficult in this era to go and find them now. I know there's pictures of nipples out there that I like to look at every now and again, every blue moon when I'm like, oh yeah, I remember her. Let me go check that out. You can't find them anymore. You got to get real creative, or you have to be very specific, or you have to search in the GIF section of it to see if the actual 5 seconds of the clip pops up. But just certain specific, like so-and-so nude. Not happening anymore. They will not show you those pictures. And it just, I don't know. I'm sure that in a way that's a good thing. But it does kind of take away the Wild West feature. That's the thing about the internet.
You can take away a few things. Do not take away celebrities nude, man. That's got to stay. They can't go anywhere. Even the guys, that's fine.
I agreed. That's fine. I'm not looking for him. So if you're out there, I wish you the best. It's a bunch of
Kevin Bacon.
That's all it is. It's Kevin Bacon and a little mushroom tip of Bruce Willis from
right.
I can't remember what that movie was. Something purple or something like that. Color of Purple. I don't know what the hell it was.
There's a few other ones. Like Stallone did a real low budget film when he was up on the up and up. De Niro did one. Michael Fassbender did one in Shame, and that guy has a hog. Good for you, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. All right. That's fine. I don't care. That's what's funny is when Game of Thrones was really just throwing it all out there. Marie and I are watching it, and, she used to get a little when there was a lot of nude scenes.
There's a lot of nonsense.
Yeah. Well, they started showing a lot of cock in Game of Thrones.
Right.
And then she's like, doesn't that bother you? Nah, I don't care.
You gotta take the dick with the tits, babe. Come on.
You know what the dick reminds me of? It reminds me of the pussy, because that's where the dick goes. So
I'm having fun. Yeah.
Nothing's really phasing me in this department. And I don't know. I just I took some notes here. Would friends and family, would they still talk to you? I think yes. This chick on in wrestling, WWE, Paige, about 5 years or so ago, she had you're nodding your head. And
I'm familiar with Paige's, handheld camera action. I homemade pornography. Sure. Yeah.
I felt bad for her because it's just look, lady, I get it's embarrassing. But you're kind of just doing the same thing everybody does. It's just you happen to record it and some dickhead happened to release it.
Some idiot happened to release it. That's right. You're hanging around. You're fucking the wrong people.
Exactly. You're showing off for the wrong people. And I felt bad for her. And actually, I saw an interview with her, and her dad, apparently she was very suicidal. Understandably so. The whole world is kind of coming down on you. They've seen all the intimate bits of your life at this point.
Then your job's in jeopardy. And let's be honest, that's not just a run-of-the-muck job. That's the creme de la creme of that profession. If you're in the WWE, you've reached the mountaintop.
I guess my point is why would your job be on the line at that point? Someone has purpose. Well, no, okay, we go. You say you make the noise.
I guess you probably have a clause in your contract that Vince, who was then running the show, much like NFL players or professional athletes, there's conduct unbecoming.
Yeah, but I think my point on that is she didn't release it. You see what I mean? I get that it's out there, but it's not like she's doing anything that people don't do.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I don't.
Sure.
But you're in the public spotlight, and you're in a business like the WWE where
that loves spotlight.
you're and your fake persona, is in question now because you made a sex tape and it got released. She suspended and then came back and then got hurt and came back. She's been injured a few times. I don't want to branch off into a Paige WWE discussion, but
well, she's finally back. She came back actually this WrestleMania for the first time like 8 years or something like that.
Came back, pun intended.
Oh yeah, fingered her way back to the ring.
That's right.
And brought a lot of pleasure to the crowd.
Mm.
I think she broke her neck. And now her neck's fine, and
pulled an edge.
Good to go, dude. Good to fucking go, apparently. So, congratulations to her. I don't know. I hope I never saw her wrestle before. She looked fine in the ring this time. So we'll see. Good for her.
Let's get back to your scrubbing though.
I just don't think there's any scrubbing anymore. I think we're done with scrubbing. I think that. I think eventually there's going to be the anti-scrubber who finds the metadata and then re-releases it for everybody. But that might take an extra fee, unfortunately. Where again, you'll be paying for everything and you will own absolutely nothing. You'll be paying a service like, hey, could you scour the internet for all those titty pictures that I really wanted to find? Yeah, sure, for $5.99 a month.
That's right. And you got to stop. You can't do it anymore. Oh God, that's going to be a problem, sir.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just with AI, I just don't think there's going to be any hiding. So I don't know if that makes if that makes for a better world or a worse world. Maybe, I guess maybe if you're living your life like everybody's going to find out what you're doing, maybe you live a better life. Or maybe everybody just becomes more depraved because everybody's like, "Dad, you're a depraved fuck too."
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
No, I sleep a little easier.
And then that's what I'm getting at. When you finally, everybody has that day of shame, and then finally, like, Thanksgiving comes, and it's like, hey guys, yeah, I saw what you did, you saw what I did, wasn't that bad though, right?
Right. We still love each other, yeah?
Yeah. Look, I've done that with a hairbrush myself once.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
I didn't record it.
You're a D battery fan. Yeah, it's got girth.
Kegel exercises, yeah, we all should probably do them. Got to be careful with that pelvic wall though. Don't want to overdo it.
I didn't know what a mop bucket was until I saw you.
Little Jimmy, what's a mop bucket?
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. You're gonna you have a 10-year-old, a generation of kids now. I mean, I guess you do what any parent does, just warn them and hope for the best, right?
I was thinking about this because he's 11 now, actually, and tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tonight, now listen, I've seen him in all his glory pretty much every day since he's been alive, and tonight was the first time he was backing up down the hallway with his iPad in front of his junk, and he's like, "This is censored now. This is censored now." I was like, "All right." I was like, "I don't care, but that's fine. That's well within your rights. That's yes. If that wants to be censored, that's censored." I was like, "But can I come in and grab your fucking Spider-Man pajamas so you can put them on?"
Right.
I can do it. Let me get my underwear first. I was like, "All right, fine." He got his underwear. I got his stuff, but then I started thinking, like, with the internet being what the internet is and having the access that they have, even if I put parental controls on there, I think all that really happens with the parental controls is it tells me that he looked it up. Doesn't mean he didn't see it.
Yeah, it's a gatekeeper that basically just steps to the side and says, "Proceed with caution. Your parents are going to find out, but you can go down that road."
Yeah, and they are, and by the way, they already know, so hurry up.
Right.
Do you? Maybe I have to ask another parent this, but I'll get your opinion from the outside looking in here. Should I, at any point, as an adult male, like, steer him in the proper direction for his age group? Because I'm worried that he goes and just, walks into the wild, wild west, cracks open some pornographic saloon doors, and it's just like, oh my God. Or do you say, listen, there's a website called Barely Legal.
It's more age appropriate. That's tough because, I mean, I never had that conversation with my parents. Mine was more of a analog style via VHS tapes and
right,
magazines. Man, you're wondering if you should be the moderator of what's inevitably going to happen, which is he's going to look at porn. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. This is a whole different birds and bees conversation.
I know, right?
This is the bees and the fucking fire ants.
Do I curate like a photo album on his iPad and be like, all right, buddy, these are dad approved nudie pics for you. When you spend your 45 minutes in the bathroom, I'd like you to stay here and not on Pornhub. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
because when you say our analog childhood, I mean, look, I don't remember a whole lot of the plot of Fast Times at Ridgemount High. I know a lot about a swimming pool and a dream sequence. That's
a young lady named Phoebe Cates.
Oh my God. Still probably the greatest rack I've ever fucking seen put on fucking celluloid. My God.
There's a little known or unknown fact about that is that kids, probably not too older than young William, were next door watching them film that. And she said something about can you stop this, or can we do something, or can we knock on the door? And the director said, well, look, millions upon millions of people are going to see this. So what does it matter if they see it? And she was like, oh, man, I feel so much more comfortable. Okay. Roll.
Roll them.
That's right.
Yeah. But it is different because like when I was in radio, I was fine as long as I was in the booth by myself. I didn't even like people on the other side of the glass looking in while I was chatting. And I wasn't terrible on stage. You wouldn't know the amount of stage fright that I had. But get me up in front of a crowd and I was fucking sweating bullets. There's just something different about being inside the echo chamber, you know,
right.
Knowing there's 11-year-olds over the fence watching with their real eyeballs versus the finished product and putting it out for the, you're not around for them to see them seeing it. So yeah. But I guess the point of that is, like, we had to seek it out. We had to be clever. We had to hide it. And we weren't getting this, like, mucho just download of all of the world's porn all at once at any second in time. And so I wonder if it's, like, the more responsible thing to do as a non-Puritan parent is to be like, hey, bud, these are the sites I'd like you to look at if you're going to look at sites, which you are. So
yeah, and in a weird way, you'd almost want to have that conversation before one of his dumb friends, because there's going to be some dumb friend who's either accessed it or going to access it here real soon, and then spill the beans to everybody else, and then a goddamn free for all happens.
Yeah, or send links.
Yeah,
because I mean, there are so many workarounds. I've got all the parental controls that you can have on all of his little apps. But every now and again, I'm like, hey, how'd you get that message? Oh, well, we went this way, and then he sent it through here, and then he sent it over to my message board inside of Roblox, and then I was like, motherfucker.
I got a VPN. You didn't know?
Yeah, right?
Good to know.
So I don't know, but I do.
I don't know. I don't think there's any right answer to that question, but I think if you do, publish it that way, because there's parents that of children your age that are probably dying to know this question.
Yeah, but it's one of these things where, like, I feel like you could also probably get in trouble by Child Protective Services if you admitted that you did expose them to, adult content. By the way, for the record, I haven't done this. I don't plan on doing this. I'm just wondering out loud if it's something that should be done.
Sure.
And like, again, it's one of those things where you're just limiting the collateral damage to something that's going to happen.
They talk about the parents having the birds and the bees talk. I don't think talking about pornography is all that off the beaten path from that. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. They're going to look at it. They're going to watch it. They're going to consume it. They're going to get stimulated. They're going to get aroused.
Well, because one of the problems in the world right now is that porn's so good that kids aren't seeking relationships anymore.
Right. We've talked about this. Yes.
And so, like, part of me is thinking, well, maybe if I was able to turn him on to the right pornography, then that wouldn't damage him to where he wouldn't, like, he would be seeking out, man, I'd like to do that to a young lady.
Well, see, then maybe you're going to get in arguments with other parents who don't agree with your stance on what the right pornography is. That's not the right. That's not the right. Then you're like, well, it's my kid. I'm the fucking parent. I determine what's right and wrong.
Doggy and missionary. That's it. No more.
That's it.
But I guess my thing is I would actually like, if this was a thing that I was going to attempt to do, I would like to put him onto like super soft core, like, you know, bikini shots with like a single nipple.
Okay.
You know, just for the first couple of years, and then be like, all right, buddy, time to upgrade.
Yeah.
When you get to 18, I got a treasure chest for you.
That's right. Oh, Dad, you're just skimming chapter 1 of a playbook of 30 chapters.
I have a feeling when he gets to 18, he's gonna be like, all right, Dad, listen, I got a treasure trove for you.
That's right.
Don't
oh,
worry.
Shit.
Search terms you never thought of.
God. Well, middle classals, everyone. Foxman and Murr. Man, I had a fucking great weekend, ready to rock and roll. Tomorrow night, I was going to the Lyric in Baltimore with two of my best friends and their wives, and Sarah, my wife, was joining. Stavros was in town for, I think it was they were recording a Netflix special. Yeah. Man, we were ramped up. We had dinner reservations. We were going to get drinks at 5. We were going to start rocking and rolling, walk our way up there. It was a 7 o'clock show. We were going to try to walk in the doors around 6:15, 6:30, get a drink, get nice and loose, get ready for the man in action. And then he fucking falls on a rent a scooter and dislocates his elbow and breaks the shit out of it. Did you see the I don't know. I saw it on Instagram. Did you see where he explained that he's going to be back in July?
Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw, you know, he put up like a Walmart scooter falling over and said it was much cooler than that, but
I think he said I was much more masculine when I fell.
Yes. I get it, I don't get it. I get it, I don't get it. Like, he doesn't want to be wearing a brace for his Netflix special. I understand that, but
he's probably on prescription drugs though.
Okay. All right. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's up to, I mean, if that's what, I'm not going to tell a performer how to perform. Yeah. And
sure.
If that's going to take you out of the element, I feel like it would give you a good 15 minutes of starter jokes, though. You know. To
oh
kind of get
yeah. If you could whip together, I mean, this happened yesterday. If you know, let's say 48 hours. If you're as talented as they say, you could whip together a nice little 15 minutes of bits based upon how this happened, what happened.
Warm your own crowd up,
yeah,
and then get right into the bits, and you'd be pretty loose. I don't know, probably pretty loose on some painkillers too. But yeah, that sucks, man. I was looking forward to it for you because again, the only live comedy I've ever been to was the all black comedy night that we went to at your bachelor party.
That's right.
Yeah. Where we didn't get half the jokes. That's when you realize that there's a whole culture and community that you're not a part of.
Yeah, and we managed to piss off a table next to us because two people at our table continuously ordered double Captain Morgans and Coke, and finally the table next to us like, what the fuck? Can we get a drink? Can we get some food?
I do remember, and I also remember thinking like, yeah, but the amount of money that those guys were forking out for the drinks they were getting. If I'm the waiter, I'm just sitting there thinking, gratuities already added on to this whole fucking order. They're ordering $40 drinks a piece 4 times in a row.
I hand them one, they order another. I hand them one, they order another. My job's pretty simple.
I'd say fuck a whole table too. Let them be mad. Too fucking bad. But yeah, that sucks, man. I do think it's cool that he said he's absolutely doing this in Baltimore because he's getting to the beginning of his peak right now.
Yeah.
This will be the special, should be, as long as it's good. This will be the special that puts him into that, like, I don't know, Mark Normand, kind of category. Shane Gillis is in a whole different ballpark. Yeah,
you're talking about the comedy, yeah.
But you're talking about in that same sentence, kind of like Tom Segura was a few years ago. Stauber's a funny dude, man. I mean, he's in Tires. He's great in Tires.
Oh yeah, lovely. And again, he's a Baltimore-bred guy, and obviously, a lot of us were looking forward to that. The Lyric holds, I think, 6,000 or 7,000. It's a great venue. And
does it really hold that many?
Ish. No, maybe you're right. Maybe it's like
I don't know. I just know it's a beautiful theater. I mean, chandeliers and just it reminds you of a place where you know guys like us shouldn't be.
2654.
Okay, so yeah. 3,000. That's fine. That's good.
I saw, was it Ron Swanson? What's his name?
Ron Swanson, Nick Offerman?
Yeah, Nick Offerman. I saw him there.
He did stand up? He does stand up?
So...
Or is it like spoken word, funny stories?
Yes, and he also, he plays guitar too, so he broke out like 2 or 3 songs kind of based around his bits. So it was funny. It was good. So, yeah, I just was like, I was at work today bragging about, I'm going tomorrow. But, oh my fucking God, you're going to see Star Wars? Jesus Christ, fucking A-West, hell yeah. Reservations at the Owl Bar, which makes phenomenal brick oven pizza. I was like, I know my playbook. I'm going to get a little bit buzzed. I'm going to suck down 6 slices of some brick oven pizza, prosciutto, arugula. Yeah, some fucking balsamic glaze on that bitch. And then roll in there. Well, whatever floats your boat. And go in there and cackle my ass off. And I was kind of looking forward to it because Sarah's not a big fan of his.
Really?
Sarah does not enjoy his brand of humor. Thinks he's funny in bits, but even on tires, she was like, God, he's just so gross.
Yes.
I was like, that's the thing.
Yeah, I get it. And I get why women may not. I don't know, man. Because I get why women don't like Shane Gillis as well.
Sure.
Because it's abrasive and gross. It is. But It's funny. I don't know. I guess that's just the guy part of our brains that are willing to, I don't know. We think like that. And he says the thing I think in a funny way. You know, that's why I laugh at him.
He thinks the way I think, and he says it a funnier way. Yeah. And I don't know. So I to be determined if we're going to go see him in July. Because fucking life happens. We'll see. One is at Calvert, who's going to be coming down from New York. So we're a consolation prize. We're going to go to a brewery in Columbia and have some beers.
I weep for you and your drunken fun on a Friday night. I'll be at work, by the way, letting you know. Friday and Saturday. It's that. Well, not Friday night, but I got to get up Saturday to go to work.
Oh, so you can't enjoy your Saturday.
Never.
Friday. Sorry.
Never.
Yeah.
Never enjoy a night of fun and frivolity.
When are we going to get an AI comedian? God, sorry. Go ahead, you hit it.
AI comedians? I don't know. I've had a Grok before the paywall thing. Doesn't do good jokes, but if you tell Grok your idea, Grok will give you tips on how to sharpen it. So I don't know that AI will ever get to a point where, because it can't deliver. A lot of times, think about things that comedians have said, and if you repeated them word for word, it wouldn't hit. It's the delivery, it's the pacing, it's the timing, it's
timing,
pausing.
The posture, the facial expression. Yeah,
absolutely. So yeah, I think you might get to a point where AI can help write your bits for you, but I don't think you can't. I don't know, unless Tesla bot will be able to like.
Right.
On stage, but no, that ain't gonna happen.
That might be the one. Chicken cross the road.
That could be kind of funny if it's coming from a robot, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. The arts might be the only thing. Well, not painting, because I've seen some really good digital art from AI. I sent you that. Yeah. I sent you that album cover. I was trying to do a game where I was getting seeing if Wes could guess which album cover was real or fake from a fake 80s thrash metal band.
And I'll be honest, it was total guesswork. I was zooming in on the pictures to see if there was misspellings, looking to see if there was like 6 fingers on,
right,
a character, certain anomalies that just, that AI will occasionally have if you pay attention to it. And because I dump our bits into Opus Pro and have them had that, and you can kind of see the AI generated graphics. They have their things that are just slightly off about them. I was looking and couldn't tell. It's total guesswork.
Yeah, it was called the album was called Psychological with a slash in there. I was so proud of that. I so want to try to make a fake song out of it and see if I can just trick the internet. I don't know what it'll accomplish, but. No, AI is it's getting better. Thing is, it's getting better so quick. It's getting better by the day. And again, but it'll never do comedy. But it's going to take over the warehouses. It's obviously going to take over most medicine. Definitely going to take over paperwork. You're not going to have to do that shit anymore. Face-to-face deals will probably still have to be done by humans. But I feel like there's certain just arts that AI is not going to be able to accomplish. And maybe this is finally time for the artist to shine. Maybe Brother Dewey Love finally going to be like, ha-ha!
That's right.
Millionaire poet, bitches. Eat my ass. In a poetic way.
That's right. I'll write a haiku about you tongue punching my fart box.
By the way, before we move on to anything else, going back to the old WWE, something else AI won't be able to recreate. Maybe you can make some better storylines. But are you aware of this the Danhausen, the newest member of the WWE roster?
No. Is that one word? Danhausen?
Danhausen, Hausen, Danhausen.
No. Oh, yeah. Yes, you gave me the rundown about him. Didn't they have a big hoopla kind of reveal, and it was
yeah.
less than stellar?
Oh well, this is the thing though. In retrospect, it was amazing. At the moment, you were like, "What the fuck is this?" Because they teased this giant crate for like weeks, and then they bring it out and they open it, and it's like this weird fucking like Elvira Conan O'Brien stage act that comes flying out of the case, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" And now that I am aware of what Danhausen is, it's the most brilliant fuck. Remember Santino Morello?
Sure.
Giancina. He is a demonic vampire version of Santino Morello. The lights go out, he's supposed to disappear, but you catch him running up the fucking ramp.
Okay.
They're not hiding it. And he curses people. That's his big thing. You are cursed. And then something jinky happens during the match, and that's how they lose or how he wins and all this nonsense. And I heard an interview with him, speaking in his real voice, no makeup or anything like that. He just understands that this is the most marketable thing in the universe. He's like, I don't even have to wrestle. I've been told that I don't have to wrestle. As long as I come out and do wrestling style things and curse people and sell merchandise, that's all they need me for. But he's actually he's a decent wrestler. He just can't do like high impact stuff. He's 35. He's kind of like,
he looks like he's like 5'11", maybe.
Oh, but he's billed as, by the way, he's billed as 6'7", 315.
Yeah, I saw that. Then I saw a picture of him next to CM Punk, and I was like, something adding up here. Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing, the whole thing is tongue in cheek. He claims that the spawn of this is, if Conan O'Brien was possessed by a demon. So he's very nice, very evil, and he will curse anyone for $20 human. And it's just
human
fucking,
dollars.
Yes. It's fucking brilliant. And again, what reminds me of this is like AI can't do that. AI doesn't get the comedy of that. Like AI doesn't get how that is appealing to an idiot like me. Danhausen, the guy who doesn't wrestle, has me watching wrestling again.
Yeah.
I love all of his segments. I love everything he's doing now. It's weird. I want to buy his merch just to support him. The guy's a fucking millionaire for not wrestling and wrestling.
Yeah. Did he make a WrestleMania cameo? It looks like Danhausen crashes Mrs. WrestleMania moment.
He did. He came in with a bunch of little people dressed as him, and then I can't remember. Then he cursed Miz or something. I don't remember. But he was in there with Cena, and that was his big thing. Oh, he claimed he's a WWE Hall of Famer because he was on the red carpet at the Hall of Fame. Oh, Danhausen's a Hall of Famer now. You know, he keeps demanding they put his face on the side of the truck. He bought his own little like mini blimp so he could have his face on a blimp at WrestleMania. It's just a great, God, man, it's just a great marketing tool.
Kind of makes you love wrestling again.
It does, and I think that's what wrestling got to a point where it didn't take itself seriously, and then it did take itself too seriously, and this is the kind of thing that's going to save wrestling. We've talked about this before, going back to the niche characters. People know they're aware of what it is. Start. Dude, Doink the Clown.
Sure.
IRS.
Yeah.
Big Boss Man.
That's right.
The Undertaker.
Vader.
Like, well, I don't even know. Well, what was Vader? Vader was just fucking scary.
Yeah, but then I have my thoughts about him, how he should have ditched some of that shit around the Attitude Era and just gone more like a Rock and Jeans, like still be Vader, still be the badass, but just kind of more of like a hillbilly.
You say that, and then I will flip your brain to the man known as Kane, the Undertaker's half brother, who was burned in a fire, supposedly. Like, it's the same look.
Yeah. Kane was it's very unbelievable. I agree. I had to watch some of the segments. I remember you shitting on his WWE intro.
Yes. I was more shitting on WWE for hyping it up to be what it was.
Gotcha.
But now looking back on what he is, I'm like, oh, this is a retrospective that was brilliant. At the time, I was like, this is the dumbest horseshit I've ever seen. It was like the fucking bird that came out of the egg at that one WrestleMania.
The gobbledygook?
Yeah, the gobbledygook.
God damn, that fucking Mean Gene was so embarrassed. He was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, by the way, I watched an older, I guess it was a Christmas, it had to be, it couldn't have been a WrestleMania because WrestleMania happens in April. Like, whatever's the more December pay-per-view from back in the day.
Survivor Series was around Thanksgiving, but okay.
Well, either way, Santa came out at the very end, just after Bret Hart retained the World Heavyweight Championship. And it was the most, like, awkward, off-putting, like, I think he even beat Yokozuna. I think it was the one where Bret had to wrestle Owen first and then come back later to defend the championship.
Yeah. That's when Santa came out.
And then Santa comes out and is like, oh, and Vince as the announcer, like, oh, would you look at that? It's the man himself. It's Santa Claus. You know, just after Bret Hart beats like a 500-pound Samoan pretending to be a Japanese guy, the sweatiest match of all time. Having
to hold up kayfabe and be like, look, I know this is fake, but come on. Now we got to believe in Santa. Christ.
And I got to help him hand out presents to tying children in the ring. God. Jesus Christ, man.
I'll give one of those punks a sharpshooter. Put him out of his misery.
You know what you want for Christmas, kid? A new knee. Ah!
That's it.
All right, I'm done. But yeah, love me that Danhausen. I'm going to order some merch, I think.
It is the guy's last name.
Yeah, Danhausen. And his wife's like this, like...
his name is...
Donovan.
Yeah, Donovan Andrew Danhausen. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know his last name was actually Danhausen. I thought it was like Donovan Hausen. But
Donovan Andrew Danhausen.
And by the way, his wife is like this like internationally famous burlesque dancer. So they've got like the perfect thing going on. Like he's into like horror stuff and she's into horror stuff.
Yeah, that make we talking about Thanksgiving. That makes for good conversation. Hey, how's work going? Oh man, pristine.
Yeah, look at that internet history.
All right, well, look, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Fun Fact Friday. And before you go, that has to do with, hold on. That's right, Prego pasta sauce.
No, it's Prego AI and conversation.
It's Prego pasta sauce, folks. If that doesn't get your loins tingling, if that doesn't make the cockles in your heart fucking jump for joy and you want to stick around for more, fuck you. We don't want you as guests or listeners. We can be a guest. Fuck it. All right, we'll be right back.
It's a case of very little brain going bad.
Go pump some neurons. Expand your craniums.
And now, Fun Fact Friday.
Welcome back, folks. It's time to expand your mind. It's time for Fun Fact Friday, brought to you, of course, by our very many sponsors. First and foremost, make sure you go check out The Cuckster. The Cuckster is online on both TikTok and Instagram. That's Cuckster for Life. That's Cuckster for Life. The Cuckster are going to be checking out the Hawksters documentary on I think it's on Netflix.
I mean, well, if he can find someone that has Netflix that'll allow him into his house, I'm sure the Cuckster would. He'd be interested. You know, living hotel to hotel doesn't exactly lend itself to much net flicking, but more bean flicking, if you will. Yeah. But we'll see. I'll see if I can get the Cuckster's DMs and shoo him that way.
It just seems like the Cuckster and the Hawkster were, you know, seems like sexually they might be into some of the same stuff. Is all I'm saying. So, you know,
that's right.
So you know, listen.
I don't need to. When I'm thinking about the Hulkster, I turn my chair around like AC Slater. That's what I do. That's.
And by the way, Cuckster doesn't take up much space. Just needs a small spot in the corner. He can watch over your sholer. He's good at that.
By the way, a coworker of mine sent me a Instagram forward something about it was like the Cuck Lab, and it was a hotel room that had a desk that was sitting next to the bed. So it was like a built-in kind of bar area with pull-up chairs. That was the office and cuck chair. So you sit there and you have your laptop out and more of a futuristic cuck.
And also check out one of our other sponsors, the Shin Splints Recovery Group. You can find them on Facebook, along with Flat Earth Science Advocates for Truth. But let's get to it. 5 fun facts for you on a Friday. I had to use ChatGPT for these facts, rather than Grok. And these are the 5 inventions that came from very obscure sources. Now, you'll see what I'm getting at when I get to this. I wanted to know if there's stuff that was accidentally created through inspiration. For example, did you know the flip phone was inspired by Star Trek? Engineer Martin Cooper, who led the team that made the first handheld mobile phone, has said that the communicator that Captain Kirk used directly influenced the idea for the portable handheld communication device. Later, companies like Motorola leaned into that vision with the clamshell flip phone that looked just like the Star Trek prop.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's a great invention. Great idea. Space saver. Looks cool. Shit, I know I got a semi when I flipped that open. Like I heard that. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I have someone call me. Hey, Mom, what's up?
By the way, greatest flip phone ever invented was the Motorola Razr phone. And I remember after you had it for a while and the hinges really got worked in, you could just pop that bitch.
Oh, yeah. A little centrifugal force. Get it go open. Yeah.
Little wrist action. Pop that bitch open. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Yeah. Pop it right back in the old pocket there. And by the way, I do have a bone to pick with the legendary phenom that is known as Joe Rogan. He always bitches about the communicator. He always says, like, they got it so much right in Star Trek, but they couldn't get cell phones right? Like, what's that shit? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude. Because he always had to say Kirk out, you know? It was a walkie-talkie in space because, guess what? Cellular communication satellites did not follow the USS Enterprise around the galaxy with them. So there was no need. It wasn't a cell phone. It was a communicator. Okay? Because every time he brings it up, he brings up the same stupid fucking point. It's like, oh, they couldn't get cell phones while on Star Trek. Because they didn't have cell phones. They weren't on any indefinite planet. They were traveling.
Right. And if that particular planet happened to have some satellites, then maybe they would have tapped into it. Maybe. I don't know. Perhaps.
But I'm sure they had encryption codes. I'm sure, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So point is, it was awesome with the flip. It wasn't a flip phone. It was a communicator. Okay. He had to say Kirk out because it was a walkie-talkie and not a cell phone.
And then he had to go Kirk out. You don't have to do the Kirk. Come on. Come on.
Sorry. Did you know the first webcam was built to watch a coffee pot? At the University of Cambridge, researchers were tired of walking to an empty coffee pot, so they rigged the camera to monitor it and stream the image over the internal network. The, quote, Trojan Room coffee pot became one of the earliest webcams, basically inventing a huge piece of internet culture because people were too lazy to see if the coffee was ready, hot, or not.
Damn. God bless the University of Cambridge. I mean, that's just dorks dorking out. And Plucks my heartstrings, man. Although, albeit, it's what they didn't want. They wanted to know if the coffee pot was empty because they didn't want to walk in there.
Well, it was
Like,
kind of like,
man, I want some coffee. Oh, nah, pot's empty. I'll wait.
Yeah, or like, I'm going to need an extra minute. It's not going to be just a walk down the hall.
Ah, gotcha.
You know, so it's like, or, you know, kind of lazy asses being like, I'll just wait till somebody makes some coffee and then I'll go get some coffee. Either way, it was like, put an eye on the coffee pot. Or like, let's say you were the first one in the building, right? You made a whole pot of coffee. And then you're getting ready to go get your cup of coffee. And you're like, fuck, coffee's gone. Wait. And then you know somebody else is going to make it. And like, oh, full pot. I'm going to go. So yeah, look, the other day it was just like the lamest security camera of all time.
So K-Cups ruined that particular camera.
K-Cups, here's what I've learned. K-Cups are absolutely awful. Like, that's why I like play. No. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend you there.
Well, you throw a blanketed statement like that, I'm going to come back firing.
I make one every morning. I'm just saying, like, K-Cup coffee is terrible. It gets the job done. It's coffee-esque. But this is why upper-end coffee shops still exist. Because you can't get, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm buying the wrong K-Cup. But I'm just saying, let's say you have the opportunity to buy the same coffee at a coffee shop versus the one that you're going to get out of your K-Cup coffee making machine. Mm-hmm. The K-Cup coffee making machine is not going to taste as delightful as the one you're going to get from the store. Yeah,
but yes, your barista is going to brew a better cup of coffee, but it's, the convenience of your own home.
Yeah, no. Listen, I'm not hating on the invention of the K-Cup. I'm just saying that, like, as far as coffee is concerned, I drink one every morning. By the way, bold French roast, dark from Walmart, the generic brand, is the best K-Cup coffee that you could buy. By the way.
See, what you need to do is you need to get some of those K-Cup espresso from Estrella, Estrella.
Okay.
Do a blend. That'll shoot you out the door. You won't even walk. You'll fly to your fucking Tesla. You'll be like Mario with the raccoon tail.
My little pea wings.
You'll need 3 steps to go, but you'll get there.
What's the one George Clooney and now Dua Lipa they advertise for? It starts with an N.
Is it coffee?
It's espresso, but it's like espresso cups.
Nespresso.
Nespresso. That's pretty good. I will say. I had an espresso maker for a minute, and but here's what's great. Here's the thing about Nespresso. It's the best cup of coffee that you're gonna brew out of one of those pods, but it's the worst espresso you're ever gonna have.
Okay, fair enough.
So, like, if you want good coffee, get an espresso.
Yeah, they had those, not exclusively, like 2 of the 3 Airbnbs we had in Spain. They had Nespresso machines, and that was like, the fucking perfect, just, all right.
Oh, man. No.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's not a good, that's my point, is it's not a good espresso, but it's a great cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because
I understand,
And
to be fair, the country of Spain is, they're all just caffeinated all day.
That's great. Dude, caffeine made the fucking world, man. Go back, do this YouTube fucking deep dive. Caffeine and the Arabs. The Arabs gave us coffee, and the Arabs got so jacked up on caffeine that they gave us, like, our entire numerical system. Basically the beginnings of all mathematics. Like, it's a wild fucking tale of, like, humans were capable of this. Then suddenly, after taking this fucking bean, they were like, fuck yeah, dude, watch this shit. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I got all this. Check this out. 1 + 1. What? Dude. And by the way, have you ever looked up, like, why the numbers are shaped, why they're shaped?
No.
So, 1, technically, over in Europe, they still do this. The 1 has that little, like, nose on it. So that means the 1 has 1 angle. A 2 is written more like a Z, has 2 angles. A 3 has 3 angles. 4 angles. 5. So look it up sometime. Just look up numbers angles, and it'll show you the old Arabic way of actually writing the numbers. We've just kind of like stylized them now over time. But if you go back to their roots, they're all very angular, and you can count how many angles are in the actual number itself, which is where like a 9 actually has a really like crinkly tail. And so it has
Gotcha. It creates 9 angles. Interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, have you ever seen Pi, the movie?
The Indian kid?
No, Pi. It's a mathematician who somehow stumbles across some. It's been a while since I've seen it. I think it came out in 97 or 98. He stumbles across some pattern where he can figure out where the stock market's going to go. And then he's getting in a tug of war with the Italian mafia and Jewish gangsters.
And?
Well, what happens at the end? Or what?
Why is that relevant?
No, the reason that I reminded me of that is that he ends up at a bar while he's drinking coffee doing math problems, as any math dork would do, and some Jewish guy comes in and starts giving him like, hey, it's tough to explain. It's all number based, like the Jewish letter for this and this. If you add them together, it equals this. And then he comes together. He finally gets to a point, and then the mathematician says, "Oh, the Fibonacci sequence." He's like, "The what?" He's like, "Yeah, it's like if theta." And he's like, "Well, I've never heard of that before." So they start kind of like bonding together, trying to hash out this stock market scheme.
Okay, well, anyway, the Fibonacci sequences, that's a rabbit hole you can fucking dive down. Aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Aliens
on that one. Yeah.
Aliens. Did you know the modern tablet concept was created once again by Star Trek, but this time the next generation? The flat handheld PAD devices used in the show looked almost exactly like today's iPads. Engineers and designers have openly cited that vision was the inspiration for the devices like the Apple iPad, including coming directly from Steve Jobs' face. It wasn't just coincidence. Fiction gave design a target before it was fully in existence.
Who was the Vulcan in Next Generation that was on the Star Trek? No, not Vulcan. That Vulcan is
Vulcan is a Vulcan. That was Spock.
No, who were the
Data?
long? No, the enemies long time. The species
The
of
Borg.
people.
Borg.
No, they had the big like foreheads. The
Klingons.
Klingons, yeah. Where are they? Come on, dude. No, they weren't Klingons. Hold on, what was?
What are you talking about? You're like, I'm going through like all of the Star Trek species.
Yeah, they were Klingons. And who was the Klingon on Next Generation?
Worf.
I could just see him a long-winded way. If I can see Worf getting frustrated and just smashing one of these to bits. I can't log in.
It won't recognize my fingerprint. Just smashing against his forehead.
There you
No,
go.
and I remember that because the hot redhead medical lady, like, she walked around with a pad like that, and all of the instrumentation on the wall was all basically what I'll just, simplify and call like Apple glass, like where you could just and touch it.
Oh,
and
kind of like Minority Report-ish.
I would say that VR, now that I can touch VR, like VR is more like Minority Report. Mm-hmm. I've got this, and this is an older game, and it still holds up on VR, but like the Iron Man game on VR somebody told me to download it, and I'd be blown away, and I was like, okay, whatever, it's $30, I'll buy it. And then I get it, and I'm like, oh, I'm fucking Iron Man. Because the MetaQuest has a thing where you can actually, like, you can set up the controls to where you can do just hand controls. You don't actually have to touch the controllers anymore. And you're like,
$30 well spent.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Fucking trying to fly, like, with two hands. Imagine, here you go. Imagine you have thrusters in your palms, and now imagine you're flying And the VR is like, fuck you, this is real now. And imagine what happens when you accidentally lift your hand up like this. You're going to go like this.
You're right.
That's how it works. It's wild. Yeah, so science fiction, I mean, thinking back, we were talking about something earlier. Just thinking about Star Trek, or not Star Trek, but like Twilight Zone. When we were talking about AI, releasing everybody's search history and things like that. There's this old episode of Twilight Zone where the aliens plant the seed that somebody in town's an alien. And they're all trying to figure it out. And by trying to figure it out, they all fucking turn on each other. And they're like, that's how they're like, we don't have to fire a shot to take over. We just psychologically plant a seed.
Fuck them over.
Yeah. But like science fiction tales and things like that, we should be paying more attention to the Terminator movies when it comes to AI. We should be paying more attention when it comes to aliens from the movie Aliens. You know, like we don't heed our own advice. It's kind of staggering to think about.
I'm trying to draw a parallel with Aliens and Terminator. Are you saying if we do cross paths with an alien race, we should abolish them because they're going to be violent and they're going to have blood that's acidic?
I'm saying if we find an alien civilization, we should be very weary or leery, whatever the word is, about going to visit them and,
right,
study them up. Like they might be warring, they might not be, they might be primitive by their standards, and we think they're high tech because they got cool shit. We're like, oh, they must be super intelligent, peaceful beings, just like we are. And then we get there and it's like, oh, you guys exist and you guys got cooler shit than we got. Like, not really. We thought your shit was cool. And then they come and they fucking take us over. Like, careful saying hi to that which you do not understand.
And then it cuts to a scene of them listening to Tupac with us with dog collars on.
Yes.
We don't have this music.
Yeah, what Tupac song are you going with?
I don't know. I Get Around.
Why you say that? Because I don't know that
picture
one.
me rolling.
Because you say I Get Around, and I've got the Beach Boys in my head, and now I've got Tupac singing the Beach Boys. Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah. Did you know the real world Taser was inspired by a kid's sci-fi book? Inventor Jack Cover was inspired by the 1911 adventure novel Tom Swift and His Electric Rifle. He even named the device after the book. Taser. T. Tom. A. Swift. Electric Rifle. So Tom A. Swift's Electric Rifle. Taser. So one of the most recognizable law enforcement tools in the world was literally named after the fictional electric gun from the boy's adventure novel.
Damn. And they've more or less done away with the little zapper. It's all the prongs that fire out.
That thing?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll stop you doing what you're doing in that second, but you can survive it.
Sure.
We had
one in the fraternity house. It was like if you as a fraternity brother got basically not necessarily demerits, but if you had so many checks against you for not doing things that you're supposed to do as a fraternity brother, you could do like A, which was usually pay more money, B, some community service that the fraternity deemed fit for your punishment, or C, get tased in front of us.
Yeah.
C was usually the answer. Weirdly enough, they just want to do anything. Like, fine, fucking tase me.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely uncomfortable, but it's it'll, like I said, it'll stop you from doing whatever you're doing in that very moment, but you'll quickly recover from it. We did taser trivia.
I like the fact that you weren't appalled at all that tasing was amongst our fraternity, like gallivanting. You're like, oh yeah, whatever.
Only because I experienced it myself. We did taser trivia. We pulled on the old radio show. We pulled Trivial Pursuit cards, and we would answer back and forth. And if you got one wrong, it was much like the opening scene of Ghostbusters. You know,
okay. Yeah.
Couple of wavy lines, but we had an actual I won't say it was industrial, but it was a cattle prod. It was as long as like a billy club. It was filled to the brim with D batteries, and you could stand within, I don't know, about a foot of somebody and really peg them up. And
yeah, it's like what the Mountie had.
Yes, and it would leave like these two like little circular burn marks on you, and they would scab up, and they'd be like little plugs in your skin. But yeah, we did that shit for funsies. So
how many times did you get prodded? You.
Me personally? I don't know. I mean,
well, I'm smart as fuck, once, twice.
Oh, during the game, I think only twice, but like just fucking around with it, like, I don't know, 20, 30 times. I don't know.
Yeah. Was there anyone that just routinely got questions wrong? Was there someone in the contestants?
Oh, our intern just was, our intern was just, I won't say he was dumb as fuck, but he was not trivial smart.
Worldly. Was this the same one you wrapped in bubble wrap and hit with a car?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I will say, because we had these challenges and he had to lick the dumpster, and I guess I don't know how he caught wind that lick the dumpster was one of his challenges. To his credit, I didn't find this out for 10 years afterwards. He had thrown a condom into the dumpster. And so when we sent him into the dumpster, he had put it in his mouth. Like, he climbed in, unwrapped it, threw the condom in his mouth, and then when he stuck his tongue out, it unraveled onto his tongue. And he was just, and we were wondering, we're like, God, you just own that shit. Because he didn't even, like, he was just like, fine, let's get it over with. Like, oh my God, you're like, we were so impressed with him. And it took 10 years later, he was like, yeah, I put a condom on my tongue, right? No. And I just high-fived him. I was like, well fucking done, homeboy. Yeah. That was brilliant.
You should be a CEO of a company. I'll write your reference.
But back to the science, or back to the fun fact question. Taser. I always thought it stood for something technical, but
tasing is like an onomatopoeia. You're getting tased, which makes sense.
But it stands for Tom A. Swift's electric rifle. That's wild. That's a fun fact within a fun fact, friends.
Yeah, think about that.
And finally, did you know Nike Air soles came from aerospace engineering? Frank Rudy was working on gas-filled cushioning systems for aerospace applications, trying to figure out better shock absorption for things like helmets and equipment. He pitched the same air-trapped concept to Nike, which became the Nike Air sole.
Which makes you jump higher, run faster, makes you look cooler, get laid more. And the bigger the sole, the more juice you have. Now, I'm first of all, I'm not shitting on it. The air soles always kind of cracked me up. I get it though.
There is a sweet spot with the air sole. I bought, because I've kind of given up a little bit on running recently, but Nike Pegasus are probably the best running shoes, like off the shelf, in my opinion, out there. They have standard, foam with a little bit of an air sole inside of them. I bought the Nike Air Pegasus Premium Plus Superstars, or whatever the fuck they are, for like $220. So they come, and they're basically like the regular Nike Pegasus shoe, and then it's almost like they just took like a heat gun, and then they wedged a full fucking like air sole onto the bottom of that, and then put some more tread on it. Dude, you feel like you're gonna fall over, like every second you're wearing these.
You're pitched too much.
If you lean forward, you're pitched too much. If you lean left, you're like, it's like you're teetering on this, like, I don't know, this air pendulum the entire time you're wearing them. Like, there's sometimes too much is too much, and they went too much on these.
That's like your boss or your wife or I don't know, dad or someone else is like, dude, what? Why are you standing like that? What are you talking about? Why are you like a 10-degree angle? Come on.
Yeah. Because if I move, I'll fall.
That's right. It's balance. It's keeping my core tight. Fuck you.
I'll say this. If you're standing in one spot, which is not the point of the shoe at all, they're comfortable as fuck. As soon as you start moving, you're like, it's like you're walking on lily pads. It's the weirdest. Yeah, I will say this: if you see them, don't buy them. Save your money.
Right.
Buy the regular ones. Don't do it.
Tasing, man. Tasing.
Tom A. Swifted out here, baby.
Is that Fun Fact Friday?
That, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
Wasn't sure. I thought I counted 4, but maybe we'll do 5. Okay. So now before you go, your secrets are in the sauce, not the AI sauce, but the literal, the literal tomato sauce. Everything to know about Prego's. That's right. Prego tomato sauce's recording device. Prego's puck-like connection keeper device will record conversations at the dinner table and store them on a portal where you can listen back later, presumably with a plate of spaghetti. So I see this thing. It looks something like a dip can, Zin canister, little like hockey puck device. It sits in the middle. You and your family sit there and gallivant and rant and bitch and piss and moan and whine and complain and talk about your bosses, your teachers, all the lies that everyone told, why Billy is dating, Stacy and not you and whatever. And it stores them, and then your family can record. I guess the idea is what the wholesome moments revolve around the dinner table.
I guess that's the point, and then you record them for prosperity's sake. But I would say that this device is only as good as your family, man. Like,
that's absolutely right. Yeah, because I don't want to listen to my dad bitch about the 3 bosses that he had.
But here's the thing.
I know them by name.
I would like to hear that. So I always feel like there should be like when I say family share plan, like I should not be able to listen to my recordings. I should be able to listen to somebody else's recordings and
right.
feel better about my family.
In the Prego cloud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The big tomato-based cloud.
Yes. I want to get back to this, but I do want to talk because everybody shits on like canned tomato sauces and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to remind people that the reason that these substances got canned, bottled, and shelved is because at one time they were the world-renowned best in the business at what they did. Like, I don't hate Prego.
I think ragu is the shit. And I don't mean like the good shit. Ragu sucks.
Okay, all right, fine.
Yeah.
You say ragu sucks. That's your preference or your non-preference on a bottled tomatoes or spaghetti sauce. But what I'm getting at, though, is that thing still had to come out of some grandmother's kitchen with, like, several blue ribbons at all sorts of tomato-based sauce competitions.
Yeah, you're talking, like, Gen 1. This has gone through, like, 50 revisions, probably thousands of revisions, and a bunch of shit that you don't need to eat. But mainly sugar.
True.
Now, I know that I do know that the Italians, if they're doing a homemade tomato sauce, do put a little bit of sugar in it. But it's just, it's not hard to make tomato sauce.
What, like spaghetti sauce?
No, it's not hard at all.
Okay. Only thing I've ever made tomato based was like a tomato based barbecue sauce, and I got to admit I knocked it out of the park. But took me like 4 hours. So
Okay. There is that. And I get it. You want to be able to buy it, cap it off, take the cap off, voila, heat it up and put it with some pasta. I don't know. I mean, some of this stuff does seem a bit sacrilegious to the people who took the time to nurture a recipe and create something that's made out of love and caring and family and discussion. And now we have a hockey puck that sits in the middle of the table that can listen to a bunch of people bitch at one another.
Here's the reason I do like this product idea. It'll never sell unless they give it away with every like third jar of fucking
This will hold up as much as the Hormel chili cheese wheel or chili cheese keg that they were auctioning off at the Super Bowl.
I mean, I think the point of what they're trying to do is like, hey guys, let's sit at the dinner table again. Because people don't do that. We don't do that. I don't do that. Our table holds the mail and, like my keys and random trinkets, Easter candy, things like that.
So you're saying sit down and have dinner.
Sit down, have dinner, have a conversation that's worth remembering. Or actually, that's worth forgetting and then remembering at a later date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I do like it. I like the concept of it, but I don't think they plan on selling a lot of these. I think they plan on selling a lot of sauce and very few AI recording device pucks.
This here isn't a unique device. There's you can buy a recording device that's probably a tenth the cost and store it somewhere else on a computer, hard drive, cloud, or whatever. That'll your phone. That's right. If you want to put your phone there and hit record. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I do agree because my family ate dinner every day for the most part together. So much reminds me of a story. We were eating pasta one night, and my dad told me to stop slurping the noodles, and I did, and one flicked perfectly off the tip of my lips and hit his eye.
little whip at the end.
And, and it, oh man, it was kind of, I could see it, and I was like, man, I hope that doesn't hit his face. And he had his glasses off. It's like, bam, it's go, God, you son of a bitch. It's like, I think the Prego device was recording. We'll store that one.
And that's what I'm saying about why this is like both a great idea and the worst idea all capped into one. And why you should get a subscription to other people's dinner table conversations. Yeah. Because it's only as good as your family.
Yeah, this goes back to the AI thing. Like, I mean, were my dinners that wild? No, they were pretty tame. Or were my parents ranting and raving while I sat there and ate my fucking food at 5, 6 p.m.? They normal people? Yeah, they're normal people. They're just venting.
Yeah. Back to the awakening. If your family's dinner conversations were released to the world, would you be proud of yourselves or ashamed of yourselves?
Me personally?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be proud. I mean, probably not proud of myself, especially being the youngest one who got picked on, who got yelled at all the time, being stupid, couldn't read good, ate too slow,
slurped too loud,
slurped pasta too much. This is good.
God, and what's so funny about that, I remember our dinner table when, like, because I feel like our parents' generation was probably the last generation that forced the family to sit around the table to eat.
Yeah, and it was non-negotiable. This wasn't like, hey, take one of the trays and go in the living room. Get out of here. This was no, sit the fuck down. You're going to hear about our day. You're going to tell us about your day, and that's it.
But what I remember about mine was like, man, some of those dinners were just angry as fuck. Like, it would be dead ass silent for the first like 2 minutes, people putting shit on their plate, and then it would inevitably start with my dad like with the checkbook, like checkbook was off. And then it was just like,
I would like to hear that.
Wait, what do you mean? Well, I added it up, and you were off by $35, so that means that you probably cashed a check. Did you go to the grocery? Oh, yeah, I did go to the grocery. Yeah, you didn't write it down. Like, God damn. And that would cascade into like, and then it just clink, 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 forks and knives hitting the plate.
Yeah. One of my, not necessarily favorites looking back on it was when Dewey was in trouble for something, and it'd be like, quiet, like, man, so how's everyone doing? Shut up. Okay. Dewey, you want to tell us about what you did? Oh God. Can I go to the living room? No. Fucking sit right there.
That's so great. Public shaming, like, at the dinner table. They do it.
Yeah, my mom, after a half an hour, my mom be like, it's enough. It's good. Okay. We've hit an impasse. He's shamed. Yeah. Well, thank you, Prego. We'll see how this. Does it cost? I want to see what it costs.
It's got to be over $100, so it's not going to be a thing.
Comes with a 16 gigabyte micro SD card. There you go. Or if you want to store your own in there. Recordings will be accessible and shareable starting May 4th. $20.
No.
Sales begin the 27th, 4 days from now. According to The Verge, Prego plans to sell fewer than 100 units. Oh, man, this is almost like a Willy and the Wonka Chocolate Factory.
Oh, wow. That's great marketing.
Yeah.
Because they're going for exclusivity on this. Like, your family's the family that gets to record their conversations. Like, everybody's like, I don't want to record my conversation. Only 100 sold. I'll tell you, yeah, well, fuck you. $20? Yeah, that's fine.
That's right. $20, 100
the shittiest conversations of all time.
Yeah. And then the teacher told me that cubed r squared had something to do with geometry. And then I said, my dad said the earth is flat. And then Mr. Buckley said, I'm an idiot.
Dude,
you keep telling me the earth's flat, damn it.
This is brilliant. They sold just enough to make a news story, to tell you about a product that they didn't give a shit about selling.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you, Prego. My only regret was clap my hands here is I don't have a little bit of Prego in my hand to slap between my hands and get all over my keyboard. All right. That's all the time we have tonight of the Middle Class Holes. Alan's joining us next week. It's going to be Murrow and I the following week. And then after that, to be determined. Beginning will be joining us sometime like that. So thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.